In this video, I'm going to walk you through the webinar analytics. What doesn't get tracked cannot be improved, and the same goes for webinar data. So no matter if you're running an on-demand webinar or a live webinar, and on-demand meaning it is a pre-recorded file and people sign up for it right there and then to watch it, versus a live webinar, you obviously schedule it ahead for a specific day and time. People sign up for it and show up live. We have analytics for you for both options in store. Let me show you how all of that looks like. So to start off, let's click on site on the left, and then here at the top you see webinars and analytics. So let's go to webinars real quick, and here you can click add new webinar funnel, and you can decide whether or not you want to build an on-demand webinar funnel or a live webinar funnel. Once all of that is set up, you see we have 3 webinars set up right here. You can go to analytics, then you can click the drop-down menu here. You can select webinars, and here's a second drop-down menu where you can select all webinar data or a specific webinar to see the data for. On the right-hand side, you can also select a time frame for what particular time period you would like to see the data. Then right here, you can switch between page views and registrations. Page views will tell you how many people visited and landed on your page versus how many people have actually registered, which will give you a conversion rate of your sign-up page. So scrolling further down, we have the video engagement overview section. This is only available for on-demand webinars. So here we can see the average time somebody spent watching your webinar, in this case 43%. Then we see the drop-off spike. When did people drop off the webinar? When did they stop watching? And the average number here is 57%. So it's a timestamp where most viewers exit plus the percentage of the people who leave were exactly on this point. Then we see the video plays, the video pauses, and the completion rate. The video plays, 7 people have started to play the video, 7 people have paused it, and 43% of the signed up people have actually completed the webinar. And then down here you see also the video engagement in a graph format. You can also hover over those and get exact data. Once there is more data, how many people did exactly what per day or per hour. So generally speaking, these metrics will help you to understand whether or not your content is still on point, or if you need to go back and maybe re-record the whole thing, maybe redo your slides and the content of your webinar. Because remember, always in a webinar, if you overteach, people will not buy from you. So you will have to find a healthy middle ground on how to navigate your webinar content. So now when it comes to live webinar analytics, you'll be able to see total registrants versus total attendees, which helps you instantly to spot no-show gaps, right? Right now, you can see here, this is only for the on-demand, but if you would have a live webinar running, then you would see this data, total registrations versus total attendees. You would see the peak live viewers, meaning the highest concurrent audience displayed on the timeline graph, as well as engagement spikes, meaning plays, pauses, and chat bursts mapped to the broadcast clock. You could use this data to refine reminder workflows and interaction moments. And once you're running recurring webinars, you will also be able to access this data. Recurring analytics aggregate data across every session in a series. So here we have registrations, attendees, repeat attendees, average attendance percentage, average conversion percentage, and session count. This bird's eye view is really great because it helps you to choose the best cadence on topics for always on webinar programs. If you go over to page views real quick, you can also access more data, such as the page views per day, of course, how many page views in total, how many unique page views, the top browsers people are using, the top client IPs, and even you can filter by all the countries, state or cities, as well as the acquisition data. Where does the traffic come from? Okay, what channels or what source or medium, and as well as you can filter or see a list of different devices. The amazing thing here is you don't need to add any additional codes into any pages or anything like that, because once you've published your webinar, the analytics tab is automatically activated. Please note that the data for live webinars populates in real time, and the final processing time to get all the data together takes about 10 to 15 times after the webinar has been completed. You can also trigger workflows based on how much somebody has consumed from your video. To set this up, go to automations on the left, workflows at the top, create a new workflow. And then as the trigger, you would type video and then select events, video tracking. And from here, you can narrow down and add filters. When do you want this trigger to fire? In what particular funnel, which particular video, and after what particular video duration should this trigger fire? So let's say we select video, And then here we can select our webinar files and then hit save trigger. From here, we can then send emails, SMS, WhatsApps to re-engage the customer and say, hey, you've only watched 50% of the webinar. Here is the direct replay link. Make sure you check out the rest of the replay because we're just about to cover this particular topic, right? So this way you can get them back because your content was wrong or bad. Maybe they just got distracted and were actually really interested, and sending this kind of emails or this kind of reminder messages will help them to come back and finish your webinar. I hope you like this feature, which will help you to make educated decisions based on data, how you're going to continue your marketing campaign when it comes to webinars. And I will see you in the next video. Want to learn more about this feature and many other features HighLevel has to offer? Make sure to check out our Content Army playlist on YouTube, as well as the Help Doc library, which is linked in the show notes below, and our amazing blog.